The whole thing is so Hollywood, a room full of know-nothings who call themselves the Academy, making everyone tremble before their judgment, even though their judgment is often terrible and fails the test of time. Maybe the hashtag should be Oscars So Wrong.
The Oscars are back in the spotlight, and Bill Maher has plenty to say about them. The outspoken critic of woke culture is once again taking aim at celebrity activism, virtue-signaling award speeches, and what he believes is Hollywood's endless cycle of hypocrisy.
Citizen Kane, It's a Wonderful Life, 12 Angry Men, Singing in the Rain, Dr. Strangelove, Raging Bull, Pulp Fiction, goes on and on. Not a single Best Picture among them. Brilliant, brave, groundbreaking, intellectually honest films constantly lose to much more forgettable, trifling, sentimental stuff. Saving Private Ryan lost to Shakespeare in Love. Sunset Boulevard lost to All About Eve. Glory to Driving Miss Daisy. Gangs in New York to Chicago. Munich lost to Crash. Citizen Kane lost to How Green Was My Valley, whatever the that was.
Bill Maher delivered a sharp and brutal critique of what he called the painfully slow 3-hour Oscars broadcast, using his signature mix of sarcasm and biting humor. So if you enjoy bold political commentary, unfiltered opinions, and plenty of criticism aimed at celebrity culture, hit the subscribe button and let's get right into it.
And finally, new rule, as this Sunday's Academy Awards show is the 10th anniversary of the Oscars So White campaign, someone must wear a ribbon that says, "We won." Just as a way to remind progressives, hey, you're progressive. Progress is what you're selling. Take the win. The Oscars are no longer a long, boring show full of white people. It's a long, boring show full of all people.
Here's the point Bill Maher is making. He says it's time to move away from the constant political lectures at the Oscars. In his view, the ceremony has drifted far from what it was meant to celebrate. Instead of focusing on outstanding films and performances, he argues the night too often turns into a stage for political speeches and public displays of virtue. Maher believes audiences tune in to watch talented filmmakers and actors be recognized, not to sit through a series of speeches filled with political messages and performative activism.
In the last decade, Best Picture has gone to Everything Everywhere All at Once, Green Book, Parasite, Coda, Shape of Water, Moonlight, not to mention Nomadland, which might be about Somalia, but no one has seen it, so it's impossible to know. 8 of the last 10 Best Director prizes have been won by underrepresented groups, not to mention 60% of the honorary awards. You can't argue with a straight face, or even a gay face.
Bill Maher argues that many viewers have grown tired of what he sees as performative moral messaging. He believes the constant focus on woke themes feels more like a bid for social media attention than something sincere. According to Maher, most people simply want an evening that celebrates talent, creativity, and the hard work that goes into making great films. He says the Oscars were meant to honor excellence by recognizing the actors, directors, writers, and crews who bring unforgettable stories to the screen. In his view, it's time for the ceremony to get back to that purpose.
You can't argue with a straight face, or even a gay face. That the Academy in 2026 still overlooks minority achievement, or that Hollywood is biased in favor of all white people, just Australians. But come on, man, can we live in the present? No Academy member this year filled out their ballot thinking, well, I didn't think Chalamet was very good, but I'll vote for him because he's white. Hollywood isn't a secret cabal of racists. It's a secret cabal of people terrified of looking like racists.
In this moment, Bill Maher challenges the long-standing claim that Hollywood still pushes minorities aside because of their race. He argues the industry has changed significantly over the years. In his view, the focus should move away from identity politics and return to talent, merit, and the quality of the work itself. Maher believes many performers succeed today because of their ability, not because they fit a particular demographic. He warns that judging every achievement through the lens of race can take away from the hard work and success of artists who have earned their place. Maher isn't saying the industry never had problems. Instead, he argues that real progress has been made. His point is that Hollywood should judge actors, directors, and creators the same way audiences often do, by the strength of their talent and the quality of their work.
And I'm just tired of, no matter how much progress is made, social justice warriors feeling the need to gaslight us as if none of it had happened. A couple of years ago, the Academy established a very complex rule book that said you couldn't even be considered for Best Picture unless you met certain criteria, like 30% of the crew or 2 department heads had to be from underrepresented groups, and a main storyline had to be as well. Well, there goes my idea about a polka band in a ski town. I mean, please don't get us wrong. We're not saying you can't hire who you want or make a movie about whatever you want. Okay, that's exactly what we're saying.
According to critics like Bill Maher, this is one of Hollywood's biggest problems today. They argue that creativity is being limited by growing political and ideological expectations. In their view, filmmakers are no longer focused only on telling the best story. Instead, many producers and directors feel pressure to make projects that satisfy political standards rather than follow their creative instincts. Critics often point to the Academy's diversity standards for Best Picture eligibility. They argue these rules encourage studios to think more about representation requirements than great storytelling. Their concern is that audiences can tell when a movie is made to meet guidelines instead of creating something memorable. Rather than giving creativity complete freedom, critics say filmmakers now worry about meeting expectations in casting, hiring, and even story choices, with every decision being judged before the film is ever released.
A few years ago, Denzel Washington said, "We ought to be at a place where diversity shouldn't even be mentioned like it's something special." Exactly. Sometimes I'm the equalizer. Sometimes it's an old English dude. Sometimes it's Queen Latifah. I mean, the whole thing is so Hollywood, a room full of know-nothings who call themselves the Academy, making everyone tremble before their judgment, even though their judgment is often terrible and fails the test of time. Maybe the hashtag should be Oscars So Wrong.
I'm fully behind this hashtag. The Oscars are so wrong. Some critics argue the Academy Awards now seem to place more attention on diversity than on raw talent. They believe the focus has shifted away from recognizing the strongest performances, the best storytelling, and the most outstanding filmmaking. Instead, much of the conversation centers on representation and identity politics. Critics also argue that audiences don't watch movies for political messages. They want to be entertained, inspired, and drawn into great stories. When award discussions focus more on social issues than artistic achievement, they say many viewers feel disconnected from the event. In their view, the Oscars were created to celebrate excellence in filmmaking, and they believe the spotlight should return to talent, craftsmanship, and the magic that makes movies unforgettable.
Citizen Kane, It's a Wonderful Life, 12 Angry Men, Singing in the Rain, Dr. Strangelove, Raging Bull, Pulp Fiction, goes on and on. Not a single Best Picture among them. Brilliant, brave, groundbreaking, intellectually honest films constantly lose to much more forgettable, trifling, sentimental stuff. Saving Private Ryan lost to Shakespeare in Love. Sunset Boulevard lost to All About Eve. Glory to Driving Miss Daisy. Gangs of New York to Chicago. Munich lost to Crash. Citizen Kane lost to How Green Was My Valley, whatever the that was.
That's the complaint many critics have made for years. They argue that outstanding films praised for their storytelling, direction, and performances have sometimes lost major awards to movies that left a much smaller impact. For them, the frustration isn't only about who wins. It's the feeling that things beyond filmmaking are starting to matter more than the quality of the work itself. Commentators like Bill Maher argue that when awards appear to reward messaging or representation over craftsmanship, it sends the wrong message to Hollywood. They believe studios may become more focused on meeting cultural expectations than taking creative risks. As a result, critics say films can end up feeling safer, less original, and less memorable. In their view, Hollywood has always been built on great talent, outstanding actors, visionary directors, and powerful stories. And they believe those qualities should remain the main focus.
Reds lost to Chariots of Fire. Shawshank Redemption lost to Forrest Gump. Some of the most iconic directors of all time. Hitchcock, Kubrick, Tarantino, Kurosawa, Bergman, Fellini, Rob Reiner have 0 wins for Best Director. The Oscars should give out a new award, the Kanye West I'ma Let You Finish Award. Yeah, just put Kanye in the audience every year to jump up and say, I'm gonna let you finish, but Shawshank is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Many critics believe the Academy Awards need major changes because award culture can influence the kinds of movies Hollywood makes. They argue the industry has become too safe, too predictable, and too focused on following trends instead of creating original stories. In their view, when studios chase films they think will win awards, creativity often takes a backseat. That's one reason some people feel movies aren't as exciting as they were 20 years ago. Back then, audiences often had no idea what to expect before walking into a theater. Today, many critics say trailers reveal too much, making the story, twists, message, and even the ending feel easy to predict. Bill Maher and others argue that Hollywood should return to bold, creative storytelling that surprises audiences instead of relying on familiar formulas. They also believe the same concerns apply to the acting awards.
The acting awards? No better. They're constantly giving out the make-up for a snub Oscar when an actor gets one because the Academy stepped on its the first 10 times the guy should have won. Al Pacino in The Godfather, Godfather 2, Serpico, Scarface, Dog Day Afternoon, I could go on. Crickets. Then he plays a blind guy who screams hoo-ha and welcome to the winner's circle. It's like honoring Michael Jordan for when he played baseball. But you know why he won that one. Blind guy. I mean, afflictions win. Oscar has been given to so many people with diseases, it should wear a hospital gown.
A similar discussion often comes up when people mention Leonardo DiCaprio's long wait for an Oscar. For years, fans argued that he delivered several incredible performances that deserved major recognition. Yet the Academy continued to pass him over. Films like The Wolf of Wall Street, The Aviator, and Blood Diamond are frequently mentioned as roles where many believed he should have won. Eventually, he earned the Best Actor award for The Revenant. His performance was intense, physically challenging, and memorable. But some critics felt the victory was partly a way to make up for years of missed opportunities rather than only a reward for that specific role. Many fans still argue that some of his earlier performances were even stronger and showed his best acting work.
Blind, deaf, ALS, cerebral palsy, Alzheimer's, amputee, there's nothing more automatic. Well, except if you're mentally challenged in some way. In Hollywood, never say the R word, but if you play it in a movie, they will give you a trophy. And the Academy is also constantly giving it to an actor when they're really giving it to the character the actor played. Not that these weren't all fine performances, but if you, as a nominee, are up against someone who played Gandhi or Lincoln, or Erin Brockovich, or Norma Ray, or Ray Charles, or Harvey Milk, or the guy in Philadelphia, or the dude at the Dallas Buyers Club, just stay home.
At the end of the day, the Oscars debate comes down to one important question. What is the Academy supposed to represent? For critics like Bill Maher, the answer is simple: talent, creativity, and the true magic of movies. Audiences want powerful stories, unforgettable performances, and films that surprise them, not predictable projects shaped by trends or industry politics. When awards move away from what viewers value most, disappointment naturally follows. Hollywood built its reputation on fearless filmmakers and actors who challenge themselves and expand what movies can be. Many believe the industry can bring back that excitement by focusing attention on outstanding filmmaking once again. Because when great talent and strong storytelling lead the way, everyone benefits. The creators, the viewers, and the future of cinema. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.